Hey, 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 all my guys and goddesses, kings and queens, men and women, boys and girls. Let's get into this video. I got a good topic for y'all today. But before we do, hit that like button and subscribe so I can keep these videos coming for you. So, the topic question I always get, or compliment I get a lot of women when I go out in public, like, oh my God, I love your locks. They're so beautiful. I want to start locks, but I'm afraid. So my next question to them be, what are you scared of? And I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning I was scared. So, but now that I have had my locks for over 6 years, I've learned to embrace not only my hair but me as a person. And like a lot of times I tell people, I grew with my locks, and I did. I started out, they were like little beetle bugs on my head. I cut all my hair off and started over. And the reason I started my locks, I had two reasons. One was because my hair was damaged from me permanent, letting all kind of different people braid my hair. And like I noticed towards the end, before I started my locks, like I was starting to have reactions to the hair that was used to braid my hair. So the last time I got my hair braided, it was in micro braids, and my hair fell out real bad. So I was pondering, what do I do? I was torn between, should I start locks or not? But one of the other, number two reason that made me start my locks was my baby girl. She's 12 now. We started her locks when she was 2 years old. So I came to the decision that I can't teach my child how to love her hair, embrace her natural beauty, if I'm not doing the same. I'm running around getting my hair permed. I'm running around getting braids, just all kind of stuff. And it's like you have to lead by example. So I was not leading by example. I just love my hair. So I had to make that decision, chop it all off, and start over. And when I tell you it's the best thing I could have ever done, it is the best thing I could have done. People be like, you can't style them. You just stuck with this one style, or either locks are nasty, they stink, blah, blah, blah. That's not true. I wash my hair. I wash my hair every 2 weeks. As you can see, I oil my scalp. I either oil or grease my scalp. And I always say I'm a grease baby. I come from the grease generation. I love me some grease. But when I'm just, in a hurry, just quickly trying to do something, I'll use oil. And the grease and oil that I use is a product that I made myself. Over time also as well, using products from the stores, like I noticed a lot of them with the grease. When I explain it to people about how hair grease used to make my scalp just feel so heavy and irritated, and sometimes I would get blisters in my scalp from the grease. And it's one particular brand, but I'm not gonna call them out because people still use it. So I came up with a grease that's a light grease that you can use on locks, in the oil as well. You can use it on the locks, and it don't leave that heavy feeling in your hair. Matter of fact, you don't even realize you have it in your hair until you might touch your scalp and a little bit of get on your hand or whatever. But the locks have so much potential. The longer they get, the more you can do with it. And even the short locks, sometimes I'd be like, oh, I miss my short locks. Because when I had them, you could do a lot. You can do a lot with short locks, and I didn't realize it when I had it. I was rushing. Oh, I can't wait for my locks to get long. And now that they long, I'm like, oh, sometimes I wish I had my short locks. But I love them either way, because it's so many styles you can do. And I'll throw y'all some styles. I'll probably do it in another video, different styles that you can do with locks. Braids, you can do braids, which you seen in the beginning. I had two braids, but and I don't always style my hair. That's one thing I don't do. But you can do braids, you can do 2-strand twists, and so much you can do when you have locks that people are unaware of. And with me oiling my scalp and greasing my scalp, I give it that deep massage just to get that little circulation flowing in the scalp, little stimulation. Oh, it feels good. My nieces and nephews and even my kids be like, Mama, can you massage and grease our scalp? So that's one of my little specialties. Y'all want y'all little scalps massaged and greased? Holler at me. That might be something we can do. Give you a good scalp massage. But locks are not what people think they are. It's just a stereotype, different things you have heard. Throw that out the window. I say if you're going to start them. Don't be afraid. You can color them. Just be careful when you color them. The bleaches that you use, because sometimes those bleaches can make your hair fall out. So you don't want to work hard to get your locks and then end up losing them because you still doing the same process that you did when you had your hair either permed or whatever condition it was in before you started your locks. There is a bleach that I do use, and it has argan oil in it. And I think it's called One and Only. I've only been able to find it at Sally's, but I have been using it since I started my locks, and I have not had any problems with my locks falling out. And then as far as the color, I'll use Splat. I've been using Splat for quite some time. And then this is another conversation people have. Should you brush your locks? I don't brush my locks. I only sometimes I'll brush my edges to kind of straighten them up, because as you can see in the beginning, I had a few little roly-polies. So I just brush it a little bit to kind of slick my edges up. But other than that, I don't brush my locks. There's so many different things out here that's people telling you to do with your locks. Be careful doing those things. Like I say, because you work extra hard to get your hair to the point where you want it. And I would hate for you to lose it due to listening to everything that you hear on the internet. I would just advise you be very cautious of the information that you take in concerning locks, because it's a lot of stuff you really don't have to do to locks that people make it seem like you have to do. It's not high maintenance. I mean, it's very easy. Granted, if you're getting it done by a loctician, it can be expensive. I retwist my own locks. I got them started, and from that point on, all I needed was somebody to start them. And after that, I retwist my own locks. I wash my locks. Every now and then I'll step out. I would say once or twice a year I'll step out and let somebody do my hair. And I will caution y'all, these locticians, not everybody know how to do locks, because honestly it's a trend now. So everybody's doing them, and they may look pretty, but I've heard so many complaints about people getting locks in their hair. The locks are not right. It is damaged. It's just all kind of horror stories I've had. So do your research on your locticians. Not everybody, just because they can twist hair, don't mean that they know what they're doing. So make sure you're doing your research, because like I say, I would hate for you to come this far just to lose all the hard work and effort that you have put in to get to where you want to be. And I got my little messy bun up. It ain't nothing, but you're still cute. I mean, it's natural beauty. And you just learn to love yourself. And like I said, when you get them, I journal. So I've noticed the growth, not just in me, but in my hair as well. We are one. We grow together. Now, with all that's been said, go get them locks and quit being scared. Show your natural beauty.